It's interesting going to Omaha now that Steve's no longer there. Is a lot of good things happening. You know, a new executive director, new board, just an awesome place and sense of home when you get there. Taking home junior golf heroes and matching it up with the first tee has been beautiful. In Fort Worth, they're working on a new facility, which is the Ben Hogan Learning Center, and I was actually there for the Caddy Day, which kind of partners up kids and participants of their program with PGA Tour professionals, as you can see by the photos. Just amazing opportunity for the kids and just tons of volunteers, parents, just a great platform in which to expose and increase the awareness of the first tee of Fort Worth, the great work they're doing. This kid actually had a chance to hit a shot for Bo Van Pelt, and these were the junior golf course reporters, which were great, and they had all access throughout the week. It was amazing. Heading over to El Paso, it's always a lot of fun. This is coming up is a shot of this Army base. We could not get on the Army base, and we basically had to go to that individual spot, which was kind of like a DMV, but pretty interesting. And lastly, that was a card that the kids made, which was pretty neat. This is Doug Sanders at the father-child at the first tee, which raised over $130,000 for the chapter. And of course, Doug is quite a man, and had a great opportunity to play with him. Hitting into Dallas, canceled flight, missed 2.5 hours of a strategic planning session. It was not good, but the golf marathon was great. Again, they also raised over $120,000 of his chuck to talk about the experience afterwards on a local publication.
Thanks to all these great friends that we've got here with us today. This sort of dollars allow us to put on programs for kids like these that are standing here. We run in-school programs, after-school programs, weekend programs, take kids on trips, help kids get into golf tournaments so that they can use this game as a tool to better their lives.
And the men who just kept hitting golf ball after golf ball. And you were among us, 100 holes of golf. How do you repay? What's that debt of gratitude like?
Oh, I mean, it's a lifetime debt of gratitude. But our ultimate intention with this is to create a culture of marathoners. So hopefully this doesn't become a bucket list item. This becomes an item that we do year after year after year, and everyone just comes out and enjoys playing 26.2 miles of golf in one day.
All right, great. We got it done. I think I'll do it next year. I've got to check with my body tomorrow. You guys, luckily, I got a vacation, a couple of weeks of vacation. I think I'm going to need it to recuperate and get back to work. Advil, icy hot tub, sauna. I'm doing it all tonight. Back to you guys. Perfect.
Heading back over to Tyler, upcoming chapter. This was a clinic done by Bruce Liskey. It was actually for Boys and Girls Club in Longview, but he supported the local chapter of Tyler in their grand opening, which just took place recently. One of the great stories in our network is actually pretty unknown. It's in Mansfield, Louisiana, and this is their maintenance shed of one piece of equipment, but they've just totally transformed the culture. And stay tuned for a video from Mr. Stuart Collins telling the story in the future. Heading up to Wichita, we actually went to Manhattan, Kansas, and you got to have Tony tell you about this particular restaurant and why it was not on his must-dine list. Just other scenes from Kansas, and of course, the ideal hold me over while in the airport. We had a cluster meeting actually in Sioux Falls, which was great. It kind of allowed 3 groups to come together, but always trying to see some of the sites that are important to that area, and Falls Park was definitely one of them. And pretty neat experience. These pictures really don't capture how neat that place was, but I'm glad I stopped as I flew over. I saw it and glad I made that stop. And these are just a few of the best practices coming up from the first tee of South Dakota, which is now a standing chapter. Great leadership and just great staff all the way around. And the puddle jumper that I got on. And this photo coming up is of my laptop, which I could not work on a large plane. And this is the site of my iPad working just fine. A plug for the iPad. And of course, we took a family vacation and had the chance to get over to the Hall of Fame and then over to the first tee offices, which was pretty neat, pretty special. And I thank everybody for taking the time to come and visit. And then lastly, the clip I had to use. An appreciation of your time. Thank you.